From prison to president, commonly known as Diomaye or the Honourable One in the local Sere language, he won election with 54% of the vote and become one of the youngest presidents in Africa.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen,
Je voudrais, à l'entame de mon propos,
in your ranks and qualities, I would like, at the beginning of my speech, to greet and thank you, Excellency, Mr. Head of State, for the friendship and honor that you give us by raising this vestibule ceremony in your presence.
Au nom du peuple sénégalais et en mon nom personnel,
on behalf of the Senegalese people and on my personal behalf, I wish you a pleasant stay in Senegal, the land of Anga.
Mes salutations et mes remerciements vont aussi à tous les pays.
My greetings and thanks also go to all the friendly countries and partner institutions that have sent delegations, as well as to all our guests.
Monsieur le Président du Conseil constitutionnel,
Mr. President of the Constitutional Council, I would like to thank you and thank the members of the Council for your congratulations and kind words.
Je voudrais souligner et apprécier.
I would like to highlight and appreciate the important role played by your institution in the good course of the electoral process until its end.
Le 24 mars 2024,
on March 24, 2024, the Senegalese people voted in calm and serenity,
faisant de moi le 5e président de la République du Sénégal,
making me the 5th president of the Republic of Senegal. And this from the first round, with 54.28% of the votes validly expressed.
Je mesure le poids de la responsabilité.
I measure the weight of responsibility and the gravity of the burden. May I be allowed to give thanks to God Almighty, the Master of Destiny, and express my deep gratitude to my family for their indefatigable support, and especially to the Senegalese people for the confidence placed in me. This great people that we are, this great people that we are, at the cost of lost lives, irreversible injuries, confiscated freedoms, broken careers, has shown on many occasions and in critical moments its attachment to peace and Republican values.
En m'adressant à ce jour,
speaking to you today, it brings back painful memories of the martyrs of Senegalese democracy, the amputated, the wounded, and the former prisoners. I will always keep in mind the heavy sacrifices made so that you will never be disappointed.
Hommage doit aussi être rendu à nos aînés.
Homage must also be paid to our elders who fought for the advent of Senegalese democracy. They laid the solid foundations of an independent nation and a state of law shaken at times but still standing.
Nous leur sommes redevables pour les valeurs de liberté, de justice.
We owe it to them for the values of freedom, justice, and progress they gave us in heritage.
Il est essentiel.
This is why it is essential that we acknowledge the successes and failures of our predecessors and the humble paths they followed, since we are the result of all their efforts. This is why, in the end, Senegal won on March 24, 2024.
Je suis conscient que les résultats sortis des urnes exprime un profond désir de changement.
I am aware that the results of the polls express a deep desire for systemic change. Through my election, the Senegalese people committed themselves to the path of construction of a just Senegal, a prosperous Senegal, and a developing Africa.
En progrès. Et dans cette œuvre de construction,
And in this work of building a new Senegal,
je travaillerai inlassablement.
I will work tirelessly to preserve peace and national cohesion.
Nationale. Je garderai à l'esprit que notre ressource la plus précieuse.
I will keep in mind that our most precious resource remains the stability of our country.
Je mobiliserai les Sénégalais d'ici.
I will mobilize the Senegalese from here and the diaspora around a national federative project oriented towards a serene future.
Vers un futur serein. Je m'engage par la promotion du culte du travail.
I commit myself through the promotion of the cult of work, of ethics in management, of discipline, and of the love of the homeland, to firmly and sustainably put Senegal on the path of economic and social progress.
Et social. Sur le plan africain, l'ampleur des défis sécuritaires.
On the African level, the extent of the security challenges and the number of challenges that we must face force us to show more solidarity.
J'entends clairement la voix des élites décompressées.
I clearly hear the voice of the decompressed elites who say loud and clear that our common aspiration is for more sovereignty,
Au développement et au bien-être.
for development, and for well-being.
De mes pairs africains, je réaffirme l'engagement du Sénégal.
On behalf of my African peers, I reaffirmed the commitment of Senegal to strengthen the efforts made for peace, security, stability, and African integration.
Aux pays amis et aux partenaires, je réitère l'engagement.
To the countries, friends, and partners, I reiterate the commitment and openness of Senegal to respectful exchanges of our sovereignty, in line with the aspirations of our people, in a mutually winning partnership.
Le Sénégal, sous mon magistère, sera un pays d'espérance. Un pays
Senegal,
apaisé,
under my leadership, will be a country of hope, a peaceful country, with an independent justice and a strengthened democracy.
avec une
With an independent justice and a strengthened democracy.
Telle est ma promesse sur la foi du serment que je viens de prêter devant Dieu.
This is my promise on the faith of the oath I have just taken before God and before the nation in your presence.
Chef d'État et de gouvernement, Mesdames les Premières Dames, Mesdames, Messieurs,
Members of the House of Representatives, Vice President, Heads of State and Government, ladies and gentlemen, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your kind attention.
The left-wing pan-Africanist was sworn in last Tuesday after sweeping to a first-round victory in the March 24 elections on a pledge of reform. At age 44, he is Senegal's youngest president. Before God and the Senegalese nation, I swear to faithfully fulfill the office of President of the Republic of Senegal, Faye said in Diamniadio, near the capital, Dakar. He also promised to scrupulously observe the provisions of the Constitution and the laws and defend the integrity of the territory and national independence and to spare no effort to achieve African unity. Faye was released from prison less than 2 weeks before the vote along with popular opposition figure and mentor Ousmane Sonko, after a political amnesty announced by Sir. The election tested Senegal's reputation as stable democracy in West Africa, a region that has experienced coups and attempted coups. It followed months of unrest ignited by the arrest last year of Sonko and Faye and concerns that the president will seek a third term in office despite constitutional time limit. Rights groups said dozens of people were killed in the protests and about 1,000 were jailed. Faye campaigned on promises to clean up corruption and better manage Senegal's natural resources. His victory was seen as reflecting the will of young people frustrated with widespread unemployment and former colonial rule France, seen by critics to be using the relationship with Senegal to enrich itself. In his first speech as president-elect, Faye, commonly known as Diomaye or the Honourable One in the local Senegalese language, promised to fight corruption and reform the economy. God bless Senegal and God bless Africa. Thank you for watching.